Everybody who's got tattoos all over the place, sagging pants, sideways hat, in a pit bull walking around is a gangbanger, but these are indications.
Hoodie, the sagging pants, the shoes, the sports equipment, the pit bull dogs, they're all ghetto status symbols.
Richard Randall is on now on Colorado 740 KVOR.
But there were guys who would walk around, and they weren't white guys, just so you know. And they would wear pantyhose on their head, or one cut off leg, or one nylon on their head. It was a kind of a ghetto style thing, apparently. But you know why a person would have this for headgear. It's so that, it's called a dew cap. Okay, there we are. And because you could pull this thing down real quickly over your face, so that you could rob somebody in a moment's notice, and your features would be disguised. And then we've had a culture that apparently in those days said this is kind of a cool thing to wear. It makes me look, more sinister, or like I'm more of a hard guy, and people will leave me alone. I think that's why a lot of people walk around with big dogs or whatever. Maybe that's why people wear hoodies, because I look tough. Guy comes in, and he's got a stocking cap on his head. I mean, like a ski cap, and it's summer, and it's 95 degrees. Why would a guy be wearing something like, is this, an alpine skier? This guy on the Olympic ski team or something? We make assumptions based on what people do. Sagging pants, well, it came out of the prisons, of course, because you couldn't have belts, so your pants sagged, and then guys came out of prison, and they thought it was cool to have their pants sagging, and then what? We had normal kids deciding that was a good look? Really? Yo, dude, you shouldn't wear a ski mask on your head. That hoodie that you're wearing looks like thug wear. You might be assumed to be something that you're not. Nobody ever specifically, sat down with me and said, Richard, the length of your hair is going to be a big judgment that people are going to have on you, and you can't go through life naive and think that is not going to be part of the very first impression. You can overcome it if you want to, but, it's a big deal. What's wrong with Geraldo then saying it's thug wear? Do you think that's is a problem? Because I think he's just calling it the way he sees it. That's what I want journalists to do.
Well, he's just giving his opinion, Richard, and everyone has their own opinion on it, and they could either go, like what he said or dislike it.
And what do you think? Do you think? Because I think he's brave, and he's good to be calling it what it is. It doesn't mean that every person who wears that is a thug. But it doesn't any more than everybody who's got tattoos all over the place, sagging pants, sideways hat, in a pit bull walking around is a gangbanger. But these are indications. Well, why don't I wear a Klan outfit? Why don't I wear a cape and a hood and a mask, and it doesn't have the actual Klan emblem, but I'd wear that, and then when people talk to me and they say, so what, are you like a racist or something? And I'm like, no, once you get to know me and get past this outfit, you'll figure out, that I'm not, or...
Well, what difference does it make? So every morning you wake up and say, I'm not going to wear this because people are going to think. You got to be kidding.
I think
take that kind of energy, and you got to use the energy for other things, which is more important than what you wear. It doesn't matter what you wear. It's the person inside.
No,
people have to know about the people inside.
Oh, hi, Richard. Thanks for taking my call. I'm 53 years old. I got a 32-year-old daughter, and when she was 14, she had to have a Raiders jacket because it's a ghetto status symbol. The hoodie, the sagging pants, the shoes, the sports equipment, the pit bull dogs, they're all ghetto status symbols. And a lot of it is peer pressure. When my daughter petitioned us and her grandparents for that Raiders jacket, she says it's her favorite team. I said, well, what's the quarterback's name? She didn't know.
Yes.
She didn't know. So, it's, and those are uniforms. What they wear, and it's just like the starched down Dickies and stuff like that, those guys keep them under their mattresses so they sharp and crisp for when they put on their uniform. It is their uniform because they are gangbangers or they want to be gangbangers. To it. And when this other fella 2 calls ago said that, well, understand these children, you need to get to know them. That is taking an adult and a parent down to the level of the child.
Did you end up buying her the Raiders jacket? How did the daughter turn out?
Absolutely not. And she's still been a drug addict and a meth addict for 15 years. I haven't talked to her in 2 years. She lives in California. She won't talk to me because she's embarrassed about what her life has become. She has 2 children from 2 separate parents, 2 different men. The second boy, they don't even know who the dad is, my grandson. And she is constantly going back to live with her grandparents who, gosh, are almost 70 years old right now. I won't enable her at all. All I will do is pray for her, and I will tell her that I love her no matter what she does. You can't change the fact that I love you.
Because you've heard me say, I don't know, probably to the point where you're almost nauseous, that culture is as important as politics.
Richard Randall is on now on Colorado 740 KVOR.
Teacher gets suspended, thank goodness, for threatening a student who criticized Obama. And didn't actually even so much as criticize Obama, but wanted fair treatment for Mitt Romney, thank goodness. Political bias is alive and well and thriving in classrooms, including Salisbury, North Carolina, where this took place. I hate to make race everything because, boy, so many people, the Jesse Jacksons and whatnot, want to do that, but
is that there's a double standard. And that we've seen that over and over again, and all we're asking for is consistency. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
You know, there are times in life when you turn your kids over to a coach, you turn them over to a teacher, somebody at school, somebody at church, whatever. And I was thinking about this, Eli. What you want as a parent is you want whoever that teacher is to be at least as good as you with the kind of judgments that you have, and ideally maybe even better than you. But when it comes to a judgment, politically, for instance, you don't want a teacher who is sitting there, you know, being a cheerleader for one president and then 4 years later dogging or ignoring the next president. You want somebody who is neutral, who focuses on the civic aspects of it. This is an inauguration. This is how they do it. This is a justice from the Supreme Court. It's a learning experience, not a political event.
These kids are supposed to be learning critical thinking skills. They're not supposed to be getting indoctrinated.
It is better that she is called on the carpet, and you are protecting, you know, maybe 10 years worth of kids who are now going to have this person as a teacher. So I have to say the kid's heroic. His family stepping up is heroic. So I have to say the kid's heroic.
They're not supposed to be getting indoctrinated. These kids are supposed to be learning critical thinking skills.
Everything in life is a teachable moment.